You can stop hating your 9 to 5. It's simple once you see it. Why can you fail 30 times in a video game and keep going, but one bad day at work makes you want to quit? You'll run Hades back after dying, but Monday morning, you dread it. What if your job isn't the problem? What if you're just looking at it wrong? Hades has a framework, meta progression. Nightly runs that to some may feel pointless, until you look back and see how far you've really come. Your 9 to 5 works the same way. You're not enduring it. You're getting paid 8+ hours a day to level up. And once you see it like that, everything changes. Let me show you. I remember the first time I reached Hecate in Hades 2. She's the first real boss of the game, and I thought I was ready. I had a decent build, some upgrades, and I felt pretty confident. Then she hit me with this curse. Suddenly, I'm a sheep. Just standing there, defenseless, and she destroys me. I tried again, same thing, sheep, dead. A few runs later, I finally figured it out. Phrenos, this little frog familiar, can actually eat the curse, or if you time it right, you can dodge back and forth through the projectile until it disappears. And once I learned that, Hecate wasn't scary anymore. Even after beating Hecate, you'll run into other enemies and bosses that you can't beat. Unless you're a true gamer, of course, that can tell the rest of us to get good. Otherwise, it feels like nothing has changed, even though you beat the boss. Except everything has changed. During each run, you collect materials, silver, ash, and you go back to the crossroads, and you unlock permanent upgrades for your character. You perform incantations, and you find that each run you're stronger. On top of that, you're learning the boss and enemy patterns. This can be as valuable, if not more valuable, than the materials themselves. Run 5 felt exactly like Run 1. I was still dying, still struggling, and still starting over. But after 50 nights in the game, I looked at my character screen and realized that I'd unlocked all 6 weapons, completed almost every incantation, and I'd got all the Arcana cards. Enemies that used to wreck me were now trivial. And Hecate, the boss that took me 5 tries, now I could beat her without thinking. I hadn't gotten better at the game in one night. I'd gotten better across 50 nights of failing. That's meta progression. Small, invisible gains that compound into massive transformation. Now, what does any of this have to do with your job? Meta progression does not just exist within video games or Hades. Your job works the same way. Work is a daily loop just like Hades runs. Wake up, take a shower, eat some breakfast, commute to work, do your job, commute home, get some time to yourself, go to bed, do it again. In Hades, the game is designed to show you your progress. You open a menu and see your stats. Numbers are going up, you unlock new abilities. The game tells you that you're stronger than yesterday. Your job doesn't do that. Nobody sends you a notification that says achievement unlocked, handled a difficult client. There's no stat screen showing your Excel skills going from level 3 to level 5. And your boss certainly doesn't pop up and say, congrats, you just upgraded your communication tree. So you assume that you're standing still, but you're not. Every work experience is like collecting resources, even when it feels pointless. Whether it's a frustrating project or a meeting that could have been an email, which many of us experience, or a difficult coworker, which I'm sure every one of us has had at some point, we can't look at these as wasted time. They're materials for our future upgrades. Every time you handle something at work, even the mundane stuff, you're collecting experience. But unlike Hades, there's no upgrade screen, no notification, and no visible proof. Progress doesn't announce itself. You only see it when you look back. And because you never look back, you think you're stuck. Day 5 feels like day 1, but day 500, you're not the same person. You just can't see it while you're standing in it. So the natural question is, how do you start seeing it? Well, here's the framework. 4 steps. Step 1, pick your boss. In Hades, the game teaches you to master enemies incrementally. At work, you might not have that luxury, so you need to impose it yourself. Choose one specific challenge to focus on improving. Negotiation skills or communication skills, for example. For negotiation, you could pick one style, and in every conversation you have, try to use it to some degree. Give yourself sub-goals, like convincing someone of your position using that negotiation tactic at least once each day for a week. It will feel uncomfortable at first, but you'll get the hang of it after some practice, and you probably won't even realize it until you've reached the next step. Step 2, track your runs. In Hades, every run teaches you something, and even failures count. At work, you can notice when something that used to be hard is now easy. This doesn't need a formal tracking system, just simple awareness as you intentionally look back and try to find examples of you doing better at the thing that you didn't do as well before. If you need to keep track of this via a spreadsheet or something, you're probably going too hard and you need to scale it back. The next step will be compensation enough for this. Step 3, unlock your incantations. In Hades, there's incantations, arcana upgrades, and other things that are permanent upgrades between runs that make every future run easier. There are things you can do outside of work that apply and make you do better at your job. Things like reading applicable books, taking courses, networking, improving your personal physical fitness. These upgrades carry over to every single day. The final step will tie everything together. Step 4, look back. This is the most important one. Every month, ask yourself one question. What can I do now that I couldn't do 6 months ago? I guarantee the list is longer than you think. You're not stuck. You're just too close to see the progress. So here's what all of this actually means. Your 9 to 5 isn't something you're enduring. It's something that's building you. Every single day. Think about it. You're getting paid for 8+ hours a day to level up, to get better at problem solving, to learn how to work with difficult people, to master skills that compound over time. You know that annoying project? That's a boss fight, and every time you beat it, you're stronger. The coworker that's always frustrating you, that's you learning people skills under pressure. That task that you've done 100 times and hate, you're 10 times faster at it now than when you started. That's not just a job, that's meta progression. You're not trapped in a grind, you're getting paid to train. Just like in Hades, you won't see this day to day, but year to year, the skills that you've built and the problems you can solve, they'll be clear to you. Challenges, they just won't faze you anymore. Not like they used to. Nobody else can walk into your job today and do what you do. Not at the level you do it. Because you've put in the runs, you've collected the materials, and you've unlocked the incantations. You've been leveling up the whole time. Once you see your job this way, the grind stops feeling like a grind. It starts feeling like training. And training has a purpose. Hades isn't about one perfect run. It's about showing up night after night, continuing to fail, learn, and improve. Your job's the same. Show up, notice the progress, keep building, and one day you will look back and realize that you were never stuck. You were just leveling up so slowly, you couldn't see it. If this has been insightful for you, or if it's shifted the way you see your job, I'm interested to hear it down in the comments. Also, if this content is something that you like, this is what a lot of my videos have been similar to, as well as how most of my stuff is going to be moving forward. Subscribe for more. Thanks for watching today. I hope you have a great day. See ya.